This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Capacity to vibrate, and that's it. Crazy.
There should be a white serial number that doesn't have a protruding, so it would be indented with some serial
Never
number
happened.
or some sticker
It never
on the inside,
happened.
right? But in the one shown on Hasan's stream, which is the same one,
Nope, it's all just deep fakes. You're hallucinating.
it has nothing. Why? Tape.
Dead Man Wonderland.
Guys, you can see the round bump under the tape.
Yeah, chat, my dog does go to the same trainer as Hasan, but he asked me if I wanted to use an e-collar, and I said no.
How do you associate yourself with this man? How do you support
Right?
this man? Why shot?
He's pro-terrorism.
Boom.
This is it.
I got. This is the remote.
And he's
for
a
the
liar.
Vibrating gate. I swear.
I don't get it.
Why does he move this one specific thing out of the frame? It must be the Jews.
Now he does nothing but move it out of frame. You know the kids say 4K, they say 16K, they say.
He just looks at her. She knows, bro. It's so over.
I do think Hasan shocked the dog. I don't really know how you can
It's
say
all
he didn't
over,
shock
man.
the dog at this point.
It's all
Her
over.
collar's too tight. You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
There's a lot of neck meat.
First he said the paw got stuck. Then he said he was reaching for his zin. Then he said she wasn't wearing a collar. Then he said
It's funny. He says reaching, because that's what Hasan is doing. He's just reaching.
it's a vibration collar. Then he made the
He's
argument
reaching for anything that could put him in a good light to make him look good. At least to his audience.
that electric collars are actually okay even if I was using one. Then he says the dog is spoiled. He said it's Israeli propaganda. And finally, where we're at now is that it's the gate.
Many times I've never seen.
Yeah, well, actually, we've gone beyond that. We are now at, actually, there was no collar. It didn't happen. You're all hallucinating. It's deep fakes.
Shock.
Why are you talking like this is a legal document?
Hey, I've
it's
never
never
seen a
happened in
zap.
my presence. When I'm not around, he's probably shocking the fuck out of her. A commemorative mug I got from England.
As more clips come out, they're holding strong. That's defense that not even money can buy, but clout though.
I looked at the collar. The collar is taped off.
The collar's taped off, taped off, taped off.
This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it.
Even all of his defenders, all of his orbiters, are just absolutely cooking him because they're just too stupid. Hasan and all of the defending orbiters are all lol cows now. Well, they have been, but it's obvious to the world.
Welcome back to a series so supercharged. Even Count Dooku subscribed. In today's video, Hasan is now crying that people are mad at him for shocking his dog. His own
Dude, people aren't even actually mad about this. Some people are, I guess, but the people who've been talking about him for a long time aren't really mad about this. This is just par for the course because the dude is an actual terrorist supporter and he calls for political violence constantly. I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm not actually. Hasan has just become a political lol cow at this point. Like, I don't think there's any making up for this. There's no coming back from this. Asmongold tried to give him an out, and I don't think he's going to take it.
fans and 3-year paying subscribers are turning on him. He's now blaming leftists for not defending him in the dog zapping situation. He is
because nobody wants to associate with the lol cow.
setting two factory settings and going after Asmongold and Tectone. A TikToker is talking about Hasan.
Like, Hasan's acting like Review Tech USA right now.
Fans harassing her and sending her threats for simply criticizing him. Degenerate Hasan fans have been exposed for purposely ignoring the truth. The worst Hasan orbiter, Denims, is back. XQC and Asmongold are calling out Ludwig. They are.
Dude, I wish these people would realize if they come out against Hasan that they would be more powerful and more famous than ever. They would be more famous, more powerful, more rich than Hasan. Hasan is actually holding them back to being just Hasan orbiters and lol cow defenders. If they would come out against them, it would help them so much.
the Hasan Defense Squad, and a bunch of more updates. Subscribe if you actually love dogs and are not like Palpatine Piker.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Alrighty, our usual recap. Hasan uses Electro Ball on his dog.
Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
Didn't happen,
Right, so
apparently.
let's go down the updated...
She wasn't even wearing a collar in that video. You see? Watch.
Please.
Watch, you
just
see? No
fucking
collar
go
there.
Just stop.
Right, so let's go down the updated excuse list. Her dew claw got stuck. I was reaching for a Zin, not a remote. It's a vibration-only collar, not a shock collar. Look, here's the collar with the tape on it the day after. Wait, actually, it's far-right and Israel propaganda. Okay, actually, shock collars are a good thing, but I only used it on myself. Okay, wait, it's actually a dog gate button.
Let's go.
Okay, it's actually a shock collar, guys, but I, as a multi-millionaire, DIY removed it and put tape on it in order to only use the vibrate function. Okay, actually, the dog wasn't even wearing the collar, guys. Your eyes are out of context, actually. And that brings us to today.
Dude, I want more. I want more. I saw people who were actually putting on the shock collar and using it. I want more of that. It really feels like we're right back to the 2016 internet again, where we're all making fun of lol cows.
Hasan is now crying that people are mad at him shocking his dog. Hasan goes live holding back tears. Please, guys, I don't know what to say. Please just move on.
That is just going to make things worse. Like, bro is doing all of the lol cow things. Holy shit. He doesn't get it. He's cooked. He's so brain cooked. He's so retarded.
Hasan, just admit you lied, that you mistreated your dog for optics, that your dog was used as a prop, then apologize in a tone. Tell the truth for once in your life. And then we got this clip.
Listen, I don't know what else to say about this stuff. I don't know. It's just, please, like, I need to do my job.
Wah! That's all I hear from Hasan. Wah!
Okay, there are a lot of adults in here, and there are a lot of young people in here as well that want to hear about the news. Okay, they want to hear about what's going on.
Well, you lie about the news constantly and call for violence, so who cares?
Defending your favorite streamer is not advocacy.
We're not moving on from this, bro. Especially when you keep making statements about it.
Organizing, please refocus, chatters. It's just, it's utterly irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. I know it sounds like it's the most consequential thing that's ever happened in the history of mankind, and people are really dragging it over and over.
Well, you keep dragging it, and you're still talking about it. So who's the one dragging it?
Over again, but please, for the love of God, like, it's gonna be all right. Okay, you know the truth. It doesn't matter.
Holy shit! What? You know the truth? Who knows the truth? Bro, you're actually lying, and you've been lying the entire time. Everybody can see it. At this point, all of the people defending you are just defending you just because. Like, what are you even talking about, dude?
Like, what do you want me to do? At this stage, we have entered a new era on the internet. I've been an active watcher now, and I'm honestly disgusted. I've honestly been watching you for a while, and you kind of disappointed me. What do you mean? I gotta stop reading this stuff. People like to be a part of...
Yes, you do. You need to stop reading that stuff.
Something larger. People like to be a part of...
And he keeps going. He's like, I need to stop reading it. I need to stop talking about it. And he keeps talking about it. He can't help himself.
To be a part of a larger movement, okay? People like to be a part of a larger movement, and very clearly this is like a big thing that all the normies have gotten on board with. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it.
He's actually saying that he's not normal. Yeah, and that's what we've been saying this whole time. You aren't normal because you are a freak.
Not really anything I can do about it other than just keep doing what I'm doing.
Dude, if you keep doing what you're doing, it's going to make it worse.
And
you have to change.
Hopefully people will realize that there's no accuracy or veracity to the claims being made.
Right, so no accuracy to the claims at all, guys. All of the clips you saw...
There's no accuracy to the defense either. So, like, Miss me with that.
Obviously fake, obviously AI generated, obviously photoshopped. Hasan maniacally laughing with spit gurgling in his—
This is actually the worst thing that he's ever done, in my opinion. Like, outright done, not just said done, because he said things that I think are worse than what he's doing here. But when it comes to things that he has done, this is one of the worst ones.
Mouth as he sets up a cage fight and excitedly waits for his dog to get bitten and cry. Apparently that
Yeah, this is actually dog fighting minus the bets.
just didn't happen. No veracity to the claims, obviously. Him being caught in 4K zapping his dog, trying to hide the remote from the camera. Definitely nothing going on, you know? Dude, this guy used a new excuse every single day of the controversy. It's actually diabolical. Now he's also—
Yeah, and all the people defending him, they know what's going on here. They don't care. They're in it for money and power and fame.
begging, saying, please.
They're a bunch of Hollywood freaks.
I just need to do my job. I'm sorry, are we supposed to feel bad? I mean, that's what your dog said. Please, I just need to move my legs, bro. Please, I need a sip of water, bro. And you just stared at it with a death stare and started zapping it, right? So you—
By the way, I don't know how Twitch hasn't banned this guy. We are witnessing the biggest cover-up in streamer history so far. I don't really want this guy to be banned. I want him to stop doing the crazy shit and lying and manipulating and saying, like, supporting terrorism and stuff like that. I want him to change. I want him to come around and be a good dude and not say all the crazy shit just for clicks. Like, I don't even think he believes the shit that he's saying. I think he kind of does, in a way, but I also think that he's just being manipulative and lying even to himself to the point where he thinks he believes the stuff that he's saying. But really, he's just hopping on and being pro-terrorism, and he might be taking some funny money from terrorist groups. That's what it seems like to me. That seems like that's what's going on over there at Twitch.
You didn't give a shit about that, and I think my only advice for you now is to quit. Nobody wants your coverage, man. You cannot tell the truth to actually save your own career. It's actually insane. So nobody's actually expecting you—
Dude, what has happened to the leftoids, man? They used to be Democrats, now they're leftoids.
to be a proper journalist or on-the-ground reporter or political commentator, right? Because you are none of those things. You are just a disingenuous propagandist liar. He's crying because his ego can't handle just admitting he lied. This is so wild to witness in such clarity. This is things that kids do.
And yeah, same with all of the defenders, too. I don't know what's with the people defending them so hard. They keep coming in my comments, too, and like calling me garbage and making fun of the way I look and making fun of my lack of views, but like, I don't even care about any of that. I think it's funny. If I did care, I would be crashing out and deleting the comments. Instead, I'm just laughing at you. So go ahead, leave me hate comments. That's still engagement.
Bro, like if a child doesn't want to admit they lied, they'll just start crying or something like that. This is a
and insulting and lying.
Full-grown adult 35-year-old man here, dude. Granted,
he's 35. I thought he was like 43 or something. Ugh.
He did dig a very deep hole to climb back out of, but holy shit, his image of himself is truly all he cares about. Hasan telling his audience, you know the truth? It doesn't matter. It's accidentally the most honest thing he's ever said to them.
If he would just constantly admit that he is wrong and that he's retarded like the rest of us, then nobody would care. But he wants to be seen as a genius, as the coolest man of all time. Never been anybody more cool than him.
His tears aren't because he feels guilty. The tears are only because it's affecting his viewer count. Now, it turns out his own fans are actually turning on him. Hasan fans are waking up, it seems. Hasan responds to a 40-month sub telling him to be better. By the way, this isn't a YouTube subscriber. This is a sub on Twitch, meaning this is a paying member for 3.3 years calling him out.
Exercise a little bit more critical thought. Then be better.
How ironic, dude. Like, that's what lolcows do. They say the thing that they need to do without realizing that's what they need to do. It's projection.
Better yourself. Maybe have a dog and it not be a part of your persona if you don't want to fucking question when you're evasive. You're no different than the GOP. You're a 40-month subscriber and you think I'm like the grand old party because I won't just sit there and be like, you guys are right. I'm actually abusive to my dog. This is unironically what I was talking about. Like, please exercise a little bit of.
The more you talk about it, the more you engage with these people, the worse it gets, and he he doesn't get it. I don't know. I don't know what to say at this point.
Of critical thinking, just a little bit.
The irony! Oh no!
Just for like a second, and I think you will realize that maybe you're not behaving correctly about this.
What's happening to my brain?
You've been here long enough that you know this is ridiculous.
Dude, unfortunately, I don't think you can blame the far right or Israel or Asmongold or Ethan anymore. This is your 40-month subscriber. This is a dedicated paying fan calling you out, and you still dismiss them completely. I mean, you know you're cooked when the...
I called this, by the way. I think it's going to happen more and more, too. I think more and more of his audience is going to turn on him, and he's going to turn on them, and it's going to make it worse and worse and worse, and then he's going to cry about it.
Brainwashed cult of Hasan, even they are like, okay, I'm not okay with you zapping your dog, you know?
At this point, I don't think a full-on, sorry guys, I was wrong, I apologize, would even work.
I'm okay with the terrorist support, but zapping your dog, that's a little too far, right? By the way, I think this is like the first time he actually did not ban this chatter. That's kind of funny because he probably wants to keep the money. I guess times are tough for Hasan now, you know? Needs to keep every single sub. Hasan doesn't have to...
No, I think he's making more money than he's ever made right now because of this whole situation. But also, it doesn't last. I think... wait, hold on. I've got a link down there in the comments. You should definitely click it. Donate to the Fables Folly Farm. It's not really called that, but, you know, that's what I'm going to call it because I am the one taking the donations for it. It goes directly to the farm. Even though they go to me, it goes to the farm. So you should definitely click that. It helps out so much, man. We're trying to build community here. We're trying to do really cool things here. And yes, I stole that slogan from Nick Nocturnal. So click the link. We got this video from Emiru. And she's completely right here, man.
Every org will fail. I'll say that. Every single one. I'm predicting downfalls right now.
Everyone, you think?
No, I don't think everyone.
There could be some.
Some of them are already dead and people just don't know it yet.
She's a seer.
Well, I think like, well, you have to. Never mind. I'm stop talking. I'm not talking about OGK, by the way. When I say some are already dead, they just people don't know yet. I was talking about other orgs. Can you not answer?
Oh, the question.
Every org has drama and every org runs out of money. It happens.
Yep, and it's fleeting.
Confessed to mistreating his dog. We have years of footage of him doing it relentlessly. Save Kaya. At this point, I don't know what people are even expecting. This man has lied to us over and over and over and over again. You really think he's ever going to tell the truth? I just don't think so. He's dug himself way too deep.
And he keeps digging himself deeper. I'm not praying on his downfall. I'm praying that he comes back around and realizes what's happening here. This is not just the downfall of Hasan. This is the downfall of basically the entire left streamers, and also a lot of right-wing streamers are probably going to fall also, not just the orgs. The orgs, I think Emmy's right. I've been seeing this coming for a long time. People check out of content, man. All of the top YouTubers from a decade ago, all of the top streamers from a decade ago, nobody really watches anymore. They have completely fallen off, and it's not because they really did anything bad. It's because people move on. Audiences change.
Singular viewer has used their singular brain cell 40 months. 40-month subscriber of Hasan is diabolical. That should go on your like job application. That's probably worse than a criminal history, honestly. The internet, Hasan, yes, you are all wrong. Asking his audience to engage in critical thinking after you just berated a 40-month sub for having critical thinking makes a lot of sense. No, you have to think, but only in the way I want you to think, of course. Now, apparently Hasan is blaming leftists now for this because I assume like some of his leftist friends also criticized him for electrocuting the dog because this is an apolitical issue, right? Hasan expresses frustration over Colorgate, points to it as an example of why leftists have no motion.
This is the type of shit that people will lean into, and then later, a couple months down the line, they'll be like, why are there no like actual cool leftist content creators?
Because none of them are cool. I don't know what else to tell you, bro.
I don't know, man, because the fucking right just dominates discourse all the goddamn time and can like belittle and disparage and smear anyone and everyone that's like—
That's because you can't take jokes, you can't take memes, and we are usually correct about things, and the left just constantly lies.
like ostensibly on the leftist position with a multitude of different ridiculous fabrications, and a lot of you dumb f***s go along with it without actually going, let me think critically about this situation. Let me think critically about the situation about a dog that's like on camera 24/7. Motherfuckers are out there being like, he was laughing at Kaya as a puppy being abused by Fiona, and people believe it. You know what I mean? That's it.
I don't believe your lying eyes.
If you have no critical thinking capacity and you assume that the only way to do politics is a politics of—
Okay, so Hasan does this thing where he likes to repeat words over and over again to get them ingrained into people's brains. So he's saying critical thinking over and over again to try and get people to critical think. But if you're getting people to critically think, then they're going to be against you. Because if you use critical thinking, then you can realize that all of this is bad. It blows my mind how dumb this guy is.
Purity and anything that even like smells.
And I pray that he comes around, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Remotely in the direction of controversy you automatically lean into, yeah, you're not going to have anybody. I mean, I won't stop. I'll keep going. But there's a reason why there aren't that many like left figures out there, because when there are left figures out there, they get fucking destroyed.
I mean, of course, this blundering bozo made it about politics again. Buddy, what does politics have to do with you mistreating your dog? How is the right responsible for shit you do?
Because the left is politically brain rotted. All they can think about is politics and how to look good for their audience and move their audience in a way that fits their agenda.
On camera of your own volition. How is it leftists' fault for not defending you in a situation where you are completely in the wrong? And by the way,
I just think it's funny that he blames everything on the right wing, and now he's starting to blame the left wing. So like, where does that put him? You know where that puts him? To the left of the left wing. Because I'm supposed to be in the left wing, damn it. I'm supposed to be on the left. Because I am an anarchist, which belongs on the left. I don't get it. Hold on. Anarchism is generally considered a left-wing political ideology to its historical roots in left-wing movements and its core opposition to hierarchical authority, the state, and institutionalized social... It's like, I'm supposed to be on the left, damn it. But apparently not. Because I am anti-corporation, I am anti-hierarchical power. These people aren't. These leftoids pretend they are, and they aren't. Like, what has happened? What happened?
A lot of your friends did actually come out to defend you like the brainwashed cult followers they are, right? So I don't know why he's complaining. He's probably expecting every single streamer ever to completely ruin their reputation for him, right? And every single clip that comes out day after day is more evidence why Hasan is actually guilty. And all of the proof has been completely stacked up against him, right? And this guy really said, think critically about the situation. Dude, I don't think you've ever done that in your entire life, honestly. Like, this guy has the audacity to tell other people to think. I mean, come on.
You can see the dumbass in his eyes.
Electrocuting dogs is the cool left-wing position, you fools. And we got cockroaches on here. Dude.
You can look into people's eyes sometimes, and you can really see that there's nothing going on back there.
Every time you take a political situation and you make it about politics, left versus right, oh, it's the far right trying to cancel me, it's Israel.
Like, whenever he's laughing and having a good time with his friends, he like has this look on his face.
Something like that. You just make yourself look like such a complete idiot. And this is why nobody actually takes you seriously. You guys are honestly too right-wing if you believe that I did the stuff that I did on camera. Actually a pretty good gaslight. And it completely fails once you realize the previous clip of a 40-month subscriber of Hasan, who is obviously a, you know, left-winger, probably radical left-winger, right?
I'm supposed to be left-wing. I'm supposed to be left-wing. These people keep calling me right-wing because I call them out as being fake, manipulative, evil liars. All of the things that they say they're against, they're actually for whenever it's people that are around them. Hasan is anti-corporation unless it's the corporations that he likes.
Supports Hasan, even coming to the same conclusion that he's mistreating his dog. Who's that Pokemon? It's Zapdogs. Anyways, apparently he's resetting to his factory settings and he's going back to his good old reliable Asmongold, who's, by the way, been super charitable to Hasan about this whole dog situation.
Because he's giving him an out. He's trying to give him a way out of all of this mess. And he's like, hey, Hasan, come on, dude. The ship is sinking. Take my hand. And Hasan's just like, no, I can get myself out. And then he still just is sinking with the ship.
He's given him the entirety of benefit of the doubt, even when the situation is completely obvious. Hasan goes at Asmongold for connection to Tectone and OTK.
Yeah, and it's a lie.
I think,
like,
yeah, that
like guy's biggest dick rider is guy's biggest dick rider and only remaining bestie is Tone, who is seemingly a generational rapist. Like not even
he's gonna get sued.
Even has he been?
I don't even think he's gonna get sued actually, but he could be. I think that he just keeps saying stuff. So if he gets sued, then he's not gonna say this kind of stuff anymore, and it's not gonna contribute to his downfall. He's going to keep saying things like this, and it's going to contribute to his downfall even more every time he says something stupid like that.
Incredibly accused by former partners, but also his dad apparently was such a prolific sexual assaulter that his sexual assaults were codified in the American Congress, in the American congressional records. It's just crazy.
Sure, tell us what happened. Because I'm going to tell you right now, nobody fucking knows. It's not out there. We don't know what happened. We just know there were charges filed. And that he was charged. But we don't know what happened. Because we all know what can constitute SA and SH. And sometimes, yeah, it definitely is bad. And sometimes it is completely unjustified.
And that's, I mean, what should be done in that situation? I am not an advocate for capital punishment. It's just wild to me that, like, he has this kind
But he is an advocate for terrorism.
Kind of attitude here for some reason. But he doesn't have the same energy for people that he knows.
Yeah, this guy has learned absolutely nothing. Through all of these dramas and all these controversies, he's learned nothing. He's right back to the slander. Grapetone is a classic one from Diddy Piker here, and then he'll go and he'll cry on stream and say, let me do my job, guys, please, just let me do my job. What's his job? Slandering people for 10 hours a day like a fucking psychopath with absolutely zero evidence. By the way, I would like to point out, of these two people, only one of them has been to a Diddy party, alright? And only one of them has visited a brothel in Germany, which got like raided or some shit, right? And I don't know why Hasan keeps bringing up Tectone's dad, and he calls Tectone like a generational rapist or something. Dude, you don't pass on SA genes or whatever. That's an absolutely ridiculous premise, and with that logic, you would arrest every single son and daughter for the crimes of their father, right? Which makes no sense. And
It makes sense if you're a commie, though, because that's what commies do.
obviously Hasan knows this. He only does this because it's a quick and easy jab. And what he's hoping that happens is that if he repeats it enough, eventually people will actually start to believe it, not question it. And you know, Tectone's life and career gets ruined, and then Hasan happily skips another day to his fucking stream, zaps his dog again, and lives happily ever after. Tectone responds, God, he's gonna make this so easy. Anyways, I don't think Grape Tone will catch on as fast as Hasan Dog Striker Piker. Or
That's a pretty
Palpatine
good one.
Piker. I don't know how popular Star Wars is these days, but I do love
It's not.
Palpatine. Much better jingle, has a nice rhyme. Also for the one time, Hasan, everybody who disagrees with me is a PDF file grapist. The classic. Allegations against Tectone,
And it's just fucking projection every time, dude. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
which are bullshit, don't change that you shocked your dog to be a stream prop in a small ass streaming room while other dog owners are taking their dog outside to run around, you piece of shit. That's the thing I think Asmon pointed out. The allegations against Tectone are from a twit longer, and the allegations against Hasan are recorded on his fucking stream camera. There's video evidence, dude. Now,
It didn't
after this,
happen.
Hasan transforms
No,
into
don't believe your lying eyes.
his JoJo stand, an actual projector. Hasan explains why the big streamers are scared to come out against Asmongold.
Zach is always copying your language, always using the words in the wrong places, but it won't matter until someone like a big streamer said, take 1 minute to go and undermine the streamer right now, and 10x more people would nip it in the bud than the few starting it. Every smear has a potential to slow down or stagger progression. What do you mean? Yeah, no big streamer is ever gonna come out and be like, Asmongold is ridiculous for saying these sorts of things. I'm gonna tell you exactly why they won't. I think you already know.
Because Asmongold is a roach, and everybody already knows that Asmongold is a disgusting freak, but he's not trying to hide it, and he's not lying about it, and he's letting it be known, and he's letting it be known that he is a bad person, and he's putting that outright in the forefront of everything. Like, we know what Asmongold's all about, and he's mostly honest, even though he's kind of a disgusting freak. And that's kind of why I don't care. But Hasan Piker, however, is a terrorist supporter and a liar.
Every fucking big streamer who
and an animal abuser
actually opposes his worldview are utterly fucking terrified of his audience. Okay? That's it. They're 100% terrified of his audience.
Yeah, and you can say the same thing about Hasan Piker's audience. But the only thing that Asmongold's audience is going to do is come into your chat and say a few words that you don't like. That's the extent of it.
Audience, because his fan base does not have any fucking, they don't have any restraint. They've realized that they can just like go after anyone and everyone and name them, shame them, smear them, take clips out of context.
That's not calling for political violence, though.
Constantly yell in their
oh no, they're gonna say mean words that I don't like while I'm sitting here calling Tectone a rapist, even though he's not.
In their chats, go to every other chat and demand that the other streamers talk about this.
Yeah, and I get Hasan Piker defenders all the time in my comments, man. Like, miss me with that shit. And you know what I do to those commenters? I make fun of them.
This new victim in the crosshairs, you know? So that is the reason. That is the reason why no one will actually come out and oppose any of his viewpoints, even if they quietly oppose it. And it's not just Asmongold, to be fair.
And I think he's right about that. I do think he's right that more big streamers should come out against Asmongold. But here's the thing. There's nothing to come out against Asmongold, because if you say that you're against Asmongold, you know what Asmongold's going to do? He's going to react and say, yeah, I agree. I'm disgusting. I'm an idiot. I'm very wrong. Fuck you. That's what's going to happen. Like, and it's just going to be nothing. And then they're going to get upset that Asmongold's audience is going to go into their chat and say bad things that they don't like. Even though that's what happens to us. The only difference is we don't fucking care. Welcome to the channel.
It's not just Asmongold at all. There are plenty of other, like, there's a bunch of kick streamers that do the same shit too. It just doesn't really matter. And
all I'm hearing is, wah! People say mean words, wah! But I call for political violence.
And I mean, look, I'm one of the very few people out there who does actually oppose a lot of streamers when they do fuck shit. And look how...
Yeah, but you lie about them. That's the problem. If you didn't lie, then it wouldn't be that big a deal, and maybe people would listen to you and try and shut down the people that you don't like. But you lie constantly, so it doesn't matter. You have become a lol cow. You have become a bigger lol cow than Pirate Software. Everybody has completely forgotten about Pirate Software.
Oh, look how much I eat it on a daily fucking basis.
I mean, I swear he does this on purpose. It's like he wants to give me content. It's like he's a fan of the series and just wants to give me more and more money, dude.
I think he's just retarded and doesn't realize what he's doing.
Are you kidding me, man? Utterly terrified of his audience. I mean, buddy, have you seen your own audience? Once again, the most psycho freaks who harass people to the ends of the earth, non-stop slander and...
They ignore everything that makes them look bad. That's what happens with these Hollywood freaks.
Lies, literal cult who believes basically anything you say except I guess your 40-month subscriber, right? And terrorist dick riders in your chat spamming hearts for a shooter, some actual terrorists, I imagine, right, in your fan base. The thing is, if what he was saying was actually true and Asmon had this community that harasses people, Hasan would not even be able to stream. He would not be able to go live because Asmon's community is so much bigger. They would obliterate him the second he tried to even go live. He wouldn't even be able to deal with that level of people going after him. But the truth is, obviously, his fan base is much more reasonable and don't go around harassing people to the extent where Hasan's do, right? Hasan's fans will actually try to destroy you. In fact, we actually have evidence of that right now. Hasan's community is harassing people.
Yep. The people that are supposedly on their side. Because guess what? I say it all the time. Step out of line an inch. They'll have your head.
Don't listen to Radiohead discusses the harassment she received after calling out Hasan on TikTok. Wow, I wonder who has the worst community, guys.
So I'm on break at work right now, so I look kind of chopped, but Hasan Piker fans are actually rabid animals. My DMs are full of people threatening to assault me, dox me, calling me Amber Heard as an insult, saying that I am using propaganda and I'm being paid by YouTubers that I also hate. Yeah, it's crazy that I called out Hasan for...
Welcome to the right wing, fellow leftist.
Tourism and misogyny and being basically a passport bro. And I've got people calling me like a conservative in my DMs and just saying I'm spreading propaganda and that even if he did these things, we still need him as the face of the left. But yeah, Hasan fans straight up got me demonetized. And this is coming from someone that used to be subbed to Hasan. I was giving that millionaire money because I was an idiot. So yeah, maybe let's cool it with the rape threats because I don't really think that's helping with the misogyny allegations. That would be great if you could stop threatening to rape and murder me.
Yep, very nice community you got there, Hasan. Just threatening to...
Yeah, and he's not going to come out against his community who is doing that. I guarantee you. Asmongold does. Asmongold will ban the fuck out of you for saying some shit like that to somebody. And you are not welcome in his community for that.
Rape and murder someone for having a different opinion. And this isn't even one of your like prolific haters. This is a random TikToker or whatever. This isn't Asmongold or Ethan or whatever, someone who's made multiple videos on you. This is just a random person here, right? So it seems like it's your community that's actually batshit crazy and harasses everybody, right? And you see, when a smaller creator actually tries to speak out.
Should I stop deleting the comments of people who are threatening? No, I do. I have to. I have to stop. I do have to delete the comments that are very threatening and threatening death. Because if I block those people, then they stop thinking about me and they move on. That is very dangerous to have people thinking about you like that, and they'll keep coming back and keep making things worse for me and themselves. You can leave hate in my comments all you like, though. I leave the ones that are like insulting me or criticizing me. I don't mind that. The stuff that adds to nothing except for more violence, get the fuck out of here.
They are instantly met with so much hate, and obviously because of this, they are incentivized to not talk about Hasan. That's
I talked shit, major shit, about Asmongold and Hasan Piker in the same video. I got a few people who are Asmongold fans being like, yeah, don't be a crazy chatter. And then I got Hasan fans that are like, fuck you, your beard looks gross and fake. Maybe you should exercise, get a real job.
Why the only people who can do it are bigger people like me or Asmon or other bigger creators who already have big enough fan bases to ward off Hasan's legion of unhinged psycho fans, right? And he's mad. He's absolutely fuming that he can't just brigade our channels and silence us because we actually got motion, right? We actually got motion. We actually got people who will defend us and fight off these psycho Hasan fans, right? And that pisses him off. It pisses him off because he's a massive narcissist and he can't control the narrative. Tecton responded, well, Hasan, as a loyal viewer of yours, that doesn't really make any sense, gets electrocuted. Yes, my benevolent leader, down with Asmongold. Hail Hasan. That's how he controls everybody, obviously shocking them. Nuts responds, Hasan's audience of terrorists are all nodding along as their dog-abusing streamer explains how an audience of—
Whoa, you forgot to bleep one.
Gamers are the real threat to society. The projection is hilarious. Didn't some dumbass girl just two-face him and come out against him just by DMing him on her own for advice? Just stop, holy shit. Exactly, Valkyrie just completely turned on him without having this existential fear of like, oh, Asmon's gonna destroy me.
Yeah, she didn't have her own opinion. She was going with the flow of the chat, and she was taking the chat's opinion. The chat doesn't like Asmongold, so she has to listen to the chat and not like Asmongold, or they will turn against her. That's the kind of audience that these people have created, where they have to listen to the chat, or they don't have an audience, and it's all for money.
Something. In fact, it was quite the opposite, as dealing with Hasan was too much in his community, obviously. Look at this photo of Hasan that I found. It's his stand, guys. It's the Epsom Cinema. Right, so after—
You know why? You know why I probably don't have much of an audience? Because fuck you, I don't need the money. I say what I want.
After this, he's trying to like console his community, like, I know guys, I know we're losing the battle, but it's all gonna be okay. And he's trying to do damage control.
Most content creators' biggest fear is basically being blasted into oblivion for something that they actually have done, but something that they have not done. It's like an even more horrifying situation. But in any case, it is what it is. It's probably going to be bad too. They're pushing new clips. I know.
Then why? If you know that people are going to clip it and it's going to be bad, then why do you keep saying dumb shit for people to clip?
I know. It's bad every day. I think at a certain point, people are going to probably realize like, this is psychotic. Like,
when are they going to realize that? It's been years at this point. Not even this whole Collargate thing. This is new. And it's not going to be the last one.
This has been an extended thing. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you're acting as though like you're running around being.
Say hi to Boogie, Wings, Darkside Phil. Say hi to all those guys for me, Hasan, because you've lumped yourself in with all of those people. Review Tech USA.
Like he's shooting dogs with red.
At this point, he should become a member of LolCow Live. He should be on there regularly, because that's where he belongs.
Regular frequency. I'm a new viewer because of it. Nice. If you stop talking about it, maybe chatters, that's pretty crazy. If you think that it's my not talking about it is going to be you are now a LolCow.
Ah!
Okay. Sure.
No, dude. He's so fucked.
Bro is so mad.
Dude, that's what I've been saying. I haven't even heard anybody else say it. I'm just coming up with that one right on top of the dome. That's just, we all can see it.
Actually hilarious.
He needs to get in touch with Keemstar, because maybe he can actually have a career in the future.
You are now a LolCow. I mean, yeah, that's facts, dude. People just love making fun of you, and you consistently get yourselves in these situations, these ridiculous situations where you keep lying and lying and lying. Of course, you're gonna turn into a LolCow, dude. This is all up to you. You are resulting.
Now we're all just watching and waiting to see what all dumbass shit you're gonna say. That's what this has turned into, man.
this situation. You didn't have to lie like 8 separate times. Also, again, leave.
That's just about this whole situation, dude. He lies all the time. And, like, it's such a big number at this point that you wouldn't be able to count that high.
Leave it to this guy to completely misrepresent what people are saying. He said he was talking about shooting dogs. Nobody said that you're shooting your dog. What the frick, dude? Like, he wants to make it seem like everyone is presenting such an absurd, insane argument. And that's why he wants his fans to think that everyone is crazy, right? They're saying that I'm shooting my dog. Buddy, it was about you zapping your dog for daring to move and a bunch of other shit now as well. Nowhere was shooting mentioned by anyone, I think. Like, I haven't even seen a reply mentioning that. Because why would they, obviously? Hasan is the first person to mention that.
Yeah, he's telling us all we're hallucinating, and then he hallucinates that we're saying he's shooting his dog. What? What?
Obviously. Moving on to the average Hasan fan experiencing cognitive dissonance in real time and purposely choosing to ignore the truth. Also, I did read the comments. This is not a random streamer, as I assumed. It's a prolific actor. In fact, Hasan did actually date an actor before and admitted to being cucked as she slept with other men. So I wonder who that could have been. Sasha attempts to defend Hasan, but it backfires spectacularly.
I saw someone who provided info to the caller when he showed it. He took out the contact points and put electrical tape over it. I watched the same clip. There's no tape. And you can't.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, here we go.
Take those points out. You cannot cut the prongs off of a
Oh, you can't?
Man, that's what I'm saying. The cope is so
Dude. What is going on?
hard with a lot of people on this.
Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema, dude. I'm so here for all of these people saying this dumbass shit.
Electric prongs are taken out of it.
But here's my thing, right?
Oh, I don't want to watch any more of this.
Of course you don't. Because you were proven wrong immediately by one of the people closest to Hasan saying that thing that you said was not true.
I don't want to watch this, guys. Don't show me the truth. I'm allergic to the truth. I don't want to go to the hospital right now, guys. It's an allergy, you see. This makes...
The reason why she said that she doesn't want to watch any more of this is because she would get yelled at by the big streamers, and she doesn't want that. Because she wants to be a big streamer. Because if she's not a big streamer, then she loses all of her fancy stuff, and she don't have any more money.
So much sense. I've always wondered, how do Hasan fans exist? They must live in an alternate reality. And
yeah, these people need to be brought down to my level.
An alternate reality, a curated echo chamber, and this is the perfect explanation. I'm so glad people are seeing this, because anytime a Hasan fan hears something that goes against their narrative, they simply shut it off. They simply shut it off. So whenever they probably click on one of my videos and they realize they see the evidence in front of their eyes, they probably just turn it off. They just probably turn.
Dude, this situation, it just gets worse and worse. Like, don't say anything. Just do not say anything. If these people listened to Asmongold, if they watched Asmongold and just didn't think that he was an actual Nazi, then they would see that Asmongold keeps saying, stop talking. Don't say anything. Don't even bring it up. Move on to something else. Pretend it's not happening.
Turn it off, right? And this is so unbelievably pathetic. I mean, how do you actually live like this?
The more people talk about it, the worse this gets, man.
And obviously, Hasan has these types of people in his audience, right? Just the most moral and smartest people humanity has to offer, obviously. Pathetic. She knew it looked horrible for her. Too bad it was too late. Pure circle jerking community. She's protecting herself from possible information that would cause cognitive dissonance, because that's what you're supposed to do when you stumble upon information that contradicts what you know. Actually looking at something that goes against your worldview, you just choose to ignore it. And that's a pathetic way to live, obviously. She's looking for information that aligns with her emotionally constructed viewpoint that she ties to her identity. When a hard truth that contradicts that view drops, it hurts a lot. That's why she recoils so hard. She went from passionate to disinterested so quickly. And I just have a point to make here, because you cannot argue with these types of people. If somebody, when you show them the evidence, they just turn it off, how do you even have a conversation? How do you even get across your point?
Yeah, if there was some damning information about Asmongold, who I watch frequently, or Nuxanor, who I watch frequently, then I will watch it and I will act accordingly. Like, I'm not going to pretend it's not happening. I'm going to see the damning information. And the most damning information that I've seen from both of them was manipulated by leftoids. So, like, come on, man.
Because you can never win the argument, right? They will show you what they have to show you, and then when you try to show them anything, they just turn it off. I mean, this is so ridiculous, but this makes complete sense. This is how Hasan maintains his audience. He has a whole army of people who think exactly like this. Guys, it's not tape stop QT. I went and looked at it. It's a taped off shot caller. Nope, not watching that. Nope. No, I'm allergic. Moving on to another iconic character in the series, contender for dumbest Hasan orbiter, Denims.
First of all, the product can't be turned into a vibrating collar.
Why? What the fuck? Okay. Dude, my forehead is gonna start bleeding from the amount of times that I facepalm. Just don't say anything, man.
Starters. Second, the taped photo is fucking doctored, dude. You fell for misinfo. Congratulations, bro. This image, you can clearly see the tape. The tape image is a doctored photo. I took this from the VOD directly. And when you look at the fucking artifacting on these photos, it's very obviously a fucking Photoshop job. Like, you...
They're trying to say that it's Photoshop. She's trying to say that it's Photoshop. Like, that's one of the things that we said that they were going to start doing as a defense, to say that it's Photoshop. But we pulled the clip directly from the stream. Multiple people did.
literally fell for misinfo. Congrats. You can just hate Hasan, by the way. You can just say, I don't like him.
Of course, guys. It's doctored. You don't understand. It's Photoshop. It's AI, guys. Dude, I'm convinced Hasan is going to drag this situation for so long to the point where AI develops, and then he's going to go back, retroactively say that this was all AI, obviously. So when QT actually went to his house in person and checked it and confirmed it and had tape on it, that...
These phase guys, bunch of pussies, by the way. Bunch of pussies.
That was also Photoshop, guys. So it was Photoshopped by the brains.
Yeah, as soon as they got chewed out by QT Cinderella and Ludwig, they immediately caved.
Of QT Cinderella, obviously. She was brainwashed by Asmongold. She's a far-right agent of Israel, obviously. How could we be so stupid? And I just love this so much. There has never been a situation where it's been more obvious which side lies and which side tells you the truth. And I want you guys...
It's all the Hollywood freaks and the people who are attached to the Hollywood freaks, and they're all sniffing each other's farts, and whoever has the smelliest fart wins.
To take this and extrapolate it to every other situation involving Hasan, and you will realize that every situation goes exactly like this. Now, it might not be as clear, but that is exactly what is going on. It might be muddied through the lens of, oh, this is political, oh, they're looking at it through this perspective, but in reality, one side is showing you the facts of the situation, and one side is blatantly lying to you. Especially when it involves Hasan. Moving on to Jellywig. XQC is calling him out. SEC thinks it would be cinema if Ludwig reboots Mogul Mail by dropping an unbiased Colorgate video.
An unbiased Colorgate video. Okay. Yeah, let's see it, man. Let's see it.
Yo, yeah,
let's go.
Some prayers in the chat for Ludwig's entire second channel that he loved a lot that he can't do anymore because of Hasan. Guys, a few prayers. Mogul Money doesn't run anymore because Hasan had too many complaints about it, and he tried.
Dude, if any of these people that are defending Hasan come out against Hasan, they may be attacked by Hasan and his orbiters and his defenders, but they're gonna overtake Hasan. Just do it. Just do it. We're all waiting because you're all gonna fail. You're all gonna fall. For what? So you can ride the coattails of a terrorist supporter? I don't get it.
Controlled the narrative too many times. Now we don't have it anymore. I can't watch it anymore. He stopped doing it. Chat, imagine cinema. Mogul Mail reboots. Chat, imagine Mogul Mail reboots. And he makes a video, right? And he actually covers the whole thing. And it's the big moment where Hasan and Ludwig's bond shatters for the revival of Mogul Mail. Chat, that would have like 5 million views, low-key. That would go hard. And Ludwig might, as it is, now maybe Ludwig has this, it's gonna weigh on him now. The possible massive, huge.
Dude, that would be a level of cinema. Not even
Ludwig would probably be the biggest content creator of all time and have one of the biggest content creator videos of all time, most shared, most reacted to, if he would do this. These people, they are too stupid. They are blinded. I don't even know, because like they're obsessed with money, but they are too stupid to see how they could make actually more money, because they're all gonna fail. They're all gonna fall for nothing.
I could have anticipated as a future predictor. If Ludwig pulls the absolute god gamer move and turns on Hasan, oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't think he will, because I think they're tied up into the same organizations, and they're tied up with Twitch, and they're probably all taking funny money from terrorist organizations. That's why they're all latching on to Hasan, and why he's so pro-terrorism, and they are so not against the things that he's saying, and they defend him left and right even when he's obviously lying, because they have to, because that's all they have.
I've said this before, and I will say it again. I will retract my nickname, Jellywig, even though it's a very fun word to say. Probably my favorite word in the entire world, I'd say. And maybe I'll turn it into something like Bonewig, because then he'll actually have a spine again. Or Spinewig. Okay, that sounds weird. Maybe just Ludwig again, okay? Maybe just Ludwig. But yeah, for that to happen...
He will be known as Chudwig, because he'll be lumped into the right wing with the rest of us.
He would probably have to go against his own girlfriend, because what I've learned now is that Ludwig is actually not the #1 Hasan Glazer, right? QT actually comes before him, right? QT also really likes Hasan. In fact, QT has admitted she apparently visits Hasan's house every single day for the last 2 years.
Yeah, because they're not critical thinkers. They're all dumb as shit, and when they're together, it's all about vibes. It's not about like who is who and what's what. It's literally all about vibes, and it's like, oh, we always have a good time when we're together. Yeah, I used to hang out with my drug dealer. He was cool to hang out with. Disgusting human being.
Here's the deal.
Here's the
I
deal.
have been to Hasan's house every day for the past 2 years.
I mean, in what world do you need to visit his house every single day for 2 years? That is diabolical, all right?
I wonder why she was visiting his house so much.
Now, the question remains, what is she actually doing there? I don't know. I'm praying to God this is not an iDubbbz and Anissa situation where there's a wife's boyfriend. QT is also known to kiss a bunch of other girls right in front of Ludwig. Apparently, Ludwig also does that to men or whatever. I just don't know. They have a very weird relationship. I'm just saying that's not normal. All right, that's just not normal. The streaming community might have normalized it.
They have a celebrity relationship. It's what's going on there. It's like really, they're both the same kind of money hungry freak. That's why they stay together. And it's kind of like they are a Hollywood couple, and it's just the typical Hollywood couple.
Not normal to the average person looking in. Ludwig would have to remove Hasan's pee-pee out of his mouth long enough to give an unbiased take, so it's impossible. I suppose that makes sense. Anyways, then Asbin talks about Ludwig. He says he sympathizes with Ludwig's current dilemma.
Is like, I have a lot of empathy for this, as I do with everything, because I'm the most empathetic streamer, but especially with this, because Ludwig hasn't talked about this, he hasn't gotten involved in it, and now he has to be involved by proxy of his girlfriend because his girlfriend's ego has gotten attached to this issue. I feel bad for Ludwig because now he has to cash checks that his girlfriend wrote. It's annoying for him, and I've been in this situation myself. I see you.
Well, QT's mistake was that she tried to defend Hasan, and as we know from the legendary...
Dude, that's gotta be so fucking... I don't know, embarrassing for Asmongold to be like, I see you. You are hurting.
Series that is rated 10 out of 10, obviously, by everybody who's ever watched it. It never ends well for anybody. When has anyone who has ever defended Hasan had a happy ending? literally never happened, right? So Ludwig was actually doing his best to avoid the mines, and then QT just drags him in immediately. And in fact, makes it 10 times worse for Hasan. And honestly, thank you, QT.
You know what she should have done? I don't think that these people are capable of it because they're too fucking stupid. She shouldn't have said anything at all. Just stay out of it. They can't help themselves, and we're just watching them.
Thank you for being a bumbling moron. It really helped us out, all right? It really proved that Hasan was a lying piece of shit. So, amazing work, QT, undercover agent, obviously. Moving on to Asmon's advice for Valkyrie after she threw him under the bus trying to please her audience.
At the end of the day, it is my fault for not being aware enough, and I apologize to my community.
Why would you say that?
It was probably so hurtful.
Why would you even tell them that you talked to Asmongold in the first place? You should have said absolutely nothing.
I'm under a rock, and that's my fault. I'm not aware enough, and that's on me.
And as they become more controlling, the space that you're allowed to exist in becomes smaller and smaller. Because I think that communities like that, and I think this is true with also like different social movements, etc., they are kind of self-radicalizing. And basically there are like purity tests that become, it's like a Russian nesting doll of purity tests, and eventually, you know, something happens where, you know, part of the people are happy, the other part are not happy. And I think that if you constantly apologize for expressing yourself in different ways, you run into two problems. You run into the first problem is that people don't think that you're authentic, and the second problem that you run into is that people think that you are you know, like basically you're a bad person. So they either hate you for doing it or they hate you for apologizing. The only thing they have in common is that they hate you. And that's basically what happens. And you can see messages like this and like the allowing yourself to be like micromanaged and controlled by your fans.
Dude, it is so parasocial, man. Like the people that I like to watch, I kind of don't like. Or, well, that's not exactly correct. The people that I like to watch, I don't mind disagreeing with them on things. I don't mind it at all. Like, I watch Camelot, I watch Asmongold, I watch Nuxanor, I watch Smash JT, I watch Hutch sometimes, I watch Painkiller already. That is 3 guys with completely different political takes. And usually they get on people who also have completely different political take than them. And usually they're not even political guys, and I still disagree with a lot of the things that they are, do, and are about. And that's okay, man. Like, I don't get all this parasocial nonsense where everybody has to be friends, everybody has to be perfectly aligned with each other. It's like, me and my best friend got into a debate earlier, and neither one of us won or lost. We just kind of stopped talking about it and moved on. And it was okay. Like, come on, guys.
Is I think a very, very bad idea for being like a long-time content creator, like long-term content creator. But you probably can't do things or, you know, express yourself in ways that you might really feel because it would maybe go against that type of community. And I think that, again, it just...
Asmongold saying stuff like this is exactly why I watch him. Because I think he's wrong with his moral takes. But whenever it's something that's obvious like this, he's completely right and he knows exactly how to say it and what to say. And nobody else knows how to say it like this. And that's why he's so popular.
Makes itself more and more radical over time because it will alienate people every single one of these issues.
Yep, I mean, this is why it's important that when you have a community, you are the leader and you actually lead them. You create content and then people choose to watch. You can't just be a little bitch who just gets pushed around, right? When you're in a position like this, you can choose to get walked over by the hordes of people, or you can stand by your own morals and values and not let other people influence that. Do not let people bully you into something you don't want to do or someone you don't want to be, right?
And I love it whenever people disagree with me in the comments without being hateful. I love those hate comments too. But the people who disagree with me, who aren't hating, who actually watch the video and see what I've got to say, I listen to them. And if they say something that changes my mind, then I change my mind and I let them know that. But usually, I'm not going to follow what my audience says. And that might be why I don't get very many views and why I'm not very popular. I don't know, man.
It is your job as a creator leading a big community to at least some...
Is that the secret to getting a lot of views? Is just either be a complete degenerate or just be the parasocial king?
What? Okay, at least this is what I think. Okay, maybe not everybody has to do this, but be somewhat of a guiding compass. I mean, if there's so many people, you know, looking to you or watching you, I'm sure a bunch of people look to Valkyrie as a role model, right? They probably shouldn't, but you know, they do. And you just got to do the best job you can and espouse the best values, not be some fucking spineless loser who always protects their friends no matter what they do, even if they do horrible shit like mistreating their animals or supporting terrorists or shit like that, right? You have more of a responsibility to be a good person because a lot of people are actually looking up to you. Moving on to Tectone talking about the cover-up.
Guys, the world is fucked. What started off as a simple Hasan issues an apology and swears to treat his dog better in the future and maybe not use his dog as a prop, has now turned into one of the biggest coordinated cover-ups in Twitch history. Hasan's like a fucking mafia boss. He's like...
why are you worried about it, Tectone? Like, seriously. And you've got what looks like an angel right here on your chest, and you've got a Bible verse on you. I think he needs to read the Bible, because we are not supposed to be people of the world. The world is fucked. You should already know that, man, and it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. You need to follow Christ, and the world gets worse, and we get better. We get stronger, and even at our very last moment when we are to be martyred, we will be the strongest, and we'll be happy for it. Like, don't worry yourself too much. Even when I'm yelling and screaming, I'm doing it out of some kind of joy where I'm being entertained and also being entertainment. And I'm not taking it too seriously, but I do feel like I'm losing my mind sometimes because I do know these things are actually happening. And it's just so crazy that we're getting to this point. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that.
Boogeyman to these people. Has anybody heard from Ludwig? Is he dead? Has Hasan shocked him enough to where he can breathe now? I can't believe that this will soon blow over if it hasn't already blown over. And nothing will happen again because they are telling you that your eyes are lying to you.
Yeah, well, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have a whole bunch of freaks over on Twitch. Twitch is garnering an audience of these types of people. Real people are seeing through it, and they're getting away from it. And that's just what Twitch is going to be. Stop streaming to Twitch. That's all I got to say about that. Everybody who's streaming on Twitch, you're kind of perpetuating it. Everybody who watches streamers on Twitch, you're making it worse by being there. Get out so it can crumble. Because if it gets worse and worse and worse, it's going to destroy itself. Because that's the way it happens every single time whenever you got evil, degenerate platforms.
And they want to move on so bad. And the worst thing is, people will. Scary as fuck times right now, guys.
People will move on until the next drama, because there's always more. You should know this by now, Tectone. I think he's just feeling down bad. I think he's just tired of all of the hate, but also he's kind of engaging with it, you know? Stop engaging with it. If you can't handle it, stop engaging with it. And then you won't be fed that in your algorithm.
Scary as fuck time.
Well, I don't know. I'm hoping this actually doesn't blow over because I'm certain this event has definitely affected Hasan's fan base. Obviously, we had that 40 months.
And there'll just be another one. And it keeps getting worse. And guess what? If you haven't noticed, things keep getting worse. So it's going to get worse. It always gets worse. It's not getting better. In some ways, it's simultaneously the best moment in history and the worst moment in history. And it's becoming more and more like that. It's going to keep getting better and keep getting worse simultaneously. until we've completely separated and the world goes poof.
Sub turning on him, and there's plenty more people like that, right? Because this wasn't actually a political issue and more people are on board with it. Now, the problem is obviously Hasan's unlimited immunity on Twitch, right? He's just protected there forever. So it's just going to be up to the people to decide to stop subbing to him, stop watching him, stop supporting him, and all we can do is keep spreading the message until the brainwashed Hasan fans finally realize that he's actually a cult leader and leave him, right? As for Hasan being a mafia boss, I mean, he's extremely dumb, so probably not. But I do.
The more that these people launch themselves into lolcow status, the more people will realize that they're lolcows, or they don't want to be associated with somebody who is seen as a lolcow.
I find it crazy how he has a death grip on so many streamers. Like, I've never seen anything like it. To the point where people just ignore the truth and put themselves at risk of getting canceled just to defend him, right? It is mind-boggling. Alrighty, bonus ninja clip for getting to the end of the video.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Now click
So
this video
good.
or
So good. Oh man, I can't wait for the next drama. This one's probably not going to completely blow over. Like over this next week, I think that we've got a couple weeks until we get to the next drama. I think people are going to forget about this, kinda. Some people are still going to hold on. Some people are going to still refer back to it and jokingly. Tell me what you think down there in the comments. Do you think it's going to get worse? I think so. I think it's going to get worse. I think it's going to get more ridiculous, actually. I don't even really think it's going to get to a, like, terrorism support level again. I think it's going to be something even more ridiculous than Collargate that people are going to latch onto. I love it. The memes, and these people, they keep lying all the time. They're turning themselves into lolcows. They have turned themselves into lolcows, and we all see it, and it's really fun. I'm having a great time, dude. Definitely hit that link down there in the comments. I've got the Folly Farm that you can donate to, and you should definitely donate. I'd love you forever. That'd be awesome. See you in the next one.